probably covered it.
To broadcast high school athletics
online
from Portland's West Side.
We are West Side Mobile Media,
Banks, Oregon.
Good afternoon and welcome to another season of Banks High School Baseball, as today the Banks Braves have their official opener. They were scheduled to play at Staten on Tuesday, but that game, as well as softball against Staten, was postponed. Congratulations to the Lady Braves, who picked up a win in their opener last night at Estacada, 13-11. I'm Trevor Beard. Joining me, as always, has been Jonathan Lee this season. He's back for baseball. And Jonathan, hopefully will get another return trip to an official playoff season this year for the Banks Braves. Last year they were part of an 8-team showcase unofficial state playoffs hosted by North Marion, where they lost to the host Huskies in the final game. Talk a little bit about baseball this season.
Well, yeah, and it's good to be back, and hopefully we're hoping for a full season. We haven't had that in Oregon since 2019, when the Banks Braves won it all in the 4A at Volcano Stadium. And as of right now, looking at the OSAA today, all of the classifications, the state championships, will be back at Volcano Stadium in Kaiser, Oregon. Beautiful facility. It's not quite as beautiful as playing surface as we have here, of course, at Volcano Stadium. It's an all-natural grass field. Here at Ron Tonkin Field, where we're at today in Hillsborough off of Century Boulevard, it is completely field turf. So it's artificial grass, if you will, synthetic grass, but it's a very nice field, and they really keep Hillsborough Parks and Rec a great job keeping up their field and their stadium and keeping it pristine. Of course, there is a dirt mound and dirt home plate, so not quite, but the infield and the outfield, all artificial playing surface. But good to be back in a full spring season in the regular time here in March as we get going. This is the greatest time of the year. It's March Madness. We got basketball tournaments happening in college, and then high school baseball and softball get going. Congratulations to the Banks softball team, as you mentioned, winning their finally their season opener last night, as both Banks teams had their initial first games rained out. But we are set to play baseball here today. Mostly cloudy here in Hillsborough, but some peaks out there. But there is a chance of rain later on tonight. We're hoping that does stay off through the game. We can be dry conditions.
Thank you, Jonathan. Taking a look at the rosters for Estacada and Banks. Starting for the Banks Braves, number 1, shortstop Wyatt Hesselman. Number 2, behind the plate, Charlie White hitting second. Batting third, number 10, starting pitcher Colton Hesselman. He'll be the lead guy, I think, on the mound for the Braves this year. Number 17, Wyatt Selleck, center fielder. Number 18, Logan Kind. Has a little bit of size and bulk to him at first base. Should be able to stretch out some grounders in the dirt on infield plays. Number 5, Christian Lyda at second base. He'll also pitch some this season. Has a long summer league career pitching for youth leagues. Number 4, Harry Gardner's a new addition to the Banks Braves at left field. Number 19, Blake Jewett, also a newcomer, will be the designated hitter. Number 3, Justin Walters at third base, and number 9 in right field, but not hitting. Blake Jewett will bat for Jack Lyda, who will play in right field, and he rounds out the starting lineup. Cole Donnelly, number 8, number 20, Ashton Crossan, and number 7, Jackson Van Domlin are the other players for the Banks Braves. Number 1, Riley Hovda, the outfielder. Number 2, Corey James. an infielder, number 3, Jake Sittner. Infielder, number 4, Andrew Rydell. Outfield, number 9, Will Olson. Number 10, Carson Emerson. Number 14, Eli Olson. Number 15, Cameron Johnson. Number 24, Peyton Matney. Number 25, Connor Abbott at catcher. Number 27, Waylon Rydell at third base. Number 34, Rylan Vaughn at first base. And number 40, Jacoby Fullerton, another infielder, rounds out the roster for Estacada. We'll go ahead and get you a quick 1-minute break, and when we come back, we should be set for the try to get you the national anthem during that time, as well as I think we're almost ready to introduce starting lineups. We may not have a national anthem or Pledge of Allegiance. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back in just a moment.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Tonkin Field. Obviously not taking effect yet. The sunset is now well after 7 o'clock now, as we have gone to daylight savings time. Wind is blowing a little bit at a steady pace as I see the flags out in left field, due left field here at Ron Tonkin Field. The dimensions of this ballpark down the left field line, it is 325. In the power alleys here in center field at Ron Tonkin Field, it's 400 feet. That's about left center field there, and it's a little bit further beyond that in the center field wall. There's the batter's eye there, the blue batter's eye. Of course, the Hillsboro Hops are the home team here at Ron Tonkin Field. They'll be starting play coming up next month. April the 18th is their home weekend series. You can go to hillsborohops.com to get ticket information for that. Hillsboro, of course, the high A affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks, and the right field line 325. So 325 down both left field and right field lines. It is 400 feet or out to just off to the left of straightaway center field. And looks like Colton Hesselman is finishing his warm-up tosses out there on the hill, and I'm going to send the play-by-play for the first inning out to my broadcast partner, Trevor Beard. Trevor?
Thank you, Jonathan. Triple duty this afternoon, as normally the case with Banks Braves home baseball, also handling public address and scoreboard duties. Leading off for
and we'll set the defense for the Banks Braves as they will be in the field to start today's game. Doing the catching, of course, we told you Colton Hesselman is the starting pitcher for Banks. Charlie White is doing the catching duties, a three-sport athlete. Charlie, football, basketball, and baseball. Justin Walters at the hot corner, Wyatt Hesselman at shortstop, Christian Lyda in second, and Logan Kine at first base. Trevor for first pitch.
First pitch from Colton nearly hits him, and it does. And Estacada is going to have the leadoff hitter aboard with a first pitch hit batter to start the game. Don't even have to touch the scoreboard, and already Estacada with a runner on base.
First
Not
pitch,
a good start.
First pitch comes right at 4 o'clock.
Now batting number 4, Andrew Rydell. First official pitch misses up high for ball 1 to Andrew Rydell. Hesselman has thrown 2 pitches, but first pitch hit the batter, and Hovda looked like he started to go towards second. Pitch misses down and in, 2-0.
So first pitch at 4 o'clock today with 58 degrees here in Hillsboro and cloudy sky.
Pitch from Colton, first pitch for a strike. First pitch called, thrown for a strike, 2-1 to Andrew Rydell. Still nobody out. Runner at first is Riley Hovda after getting hit by the first pitch.
Yeah, that was a great pitch by Hesselman. He caught right in on the inside corner, and umpire was right there on it to call the strike. Great pitch from Colton.
Left-hander. Fires and misses upstairs up around the letters, 3-1. Colton and Wyatt are baseball first players. Colton, actually Wyatt also played football this year for the Braves, first team all-league kicker, and pitch misses. Ball 4, now 2 runners aboard, nobody out, and at the plate, number 15, Cameron Johnson.
Yeah, that looked like a really good pitch from Colton that time. It's right over the plate. Maybe it's a little bit high, but that was, boy, that looked like it was going to be strike 2 all the way. But that was a pretty good pitch by Colton right there. Just got to kind of fine-tune and sit back and find the umpire strike zone.
Switch out baseballs. New batter is number 15, Cameron Johnson. Pitch is a called strike, 0-1.
Wow, that one was right inside that time. That one looked like it was a little bit too inside that time, but just caught enough of the strike zone for our home plate umpire today. We apologize. We don't have those names today.
Pitch from Colton nearly gets away from Charlie White, evens the count 1-1 on a pitch in the dirt. Nearly got through the wickets of Charlie White, who will be playing football next season as a tight end at Portland State. He'll get a chance for some home reps just on the other side of the stadium at Hillsborough Stadium. First foul ball of the afternoon is sprayed straight back just a little bit off the first base side. 1-2, and the Braves one pitch away from their first out of the 2022 season.
Outfield for the Braves playing straight away pretty much, and left to right. It's
grounder to third. This could be two, and throw to first. They're not going to have time. Kind of could have gone either way. Justin Walters decides to make the play on the lead runner at third, but if he had thrown it to second, could have had a chance at a double play.
Yeah, no, I think that was the right call by Justin right there. I mean, a pretty fast runner over there going to second, had a pretty good jump. And Justin, he did look the runner back to first. He looked that way, but decided to get the lead runner at third. And that's most important because you got two on and nobody out. Now you got one out, and it sets up the double play ball right here as the infield is in double play depth.
Big swing and a miss from Waylon Rydell. 0-1 the count. One out, runners at first and second.
Waylon Rydell, a big dude out there. Of course, he was a big bruising running back for Estacada in that game that they played against Banks at Estacada.
0-1 pitch. Crosses the inside corner of the plate. 0-2 the count. And a big pitch coming for Colton, the chance to get a second out on a first strikeout of the afternoon after having the first two runners aboard with nobody out.
Yeah, right now Colton has really good command of that inside part of the zone right now, and we'll see if that continues through the game.
0-2 pitch misses upstairs, ball one.
Wind's kind of dying down a little bit, still blowing towards the northwest. It's a southwest wind, so it's coming up from the south. And
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at third goes. Throw to nice save. Now they got him caught in a rundown. They tag the runner at second. Throw to second. They tag the runner coming from second. Throw to second is not in time, but they do get the second out on the rundown between second and third.
Yeah, that was a great play. It was a little pick-off move there by Charlie White, but another great play by Justin Walters over there at the hot corner. Making some great decisions over there for the Banks Braves to get 2 outs.
So now after Colton Hesselman hit the first batter and then gave up a 5-pitch walk, now with a good chance to get out of the inning without giving up a run. Pitch is swung on and dribbled off home plate, back off the third base side, 0-1.
That'll go down as a caught stealing for Andrew Rydell.
Waylon Rydell, his brother at the plate with a 1-strike count after fouling off the first pitch. Colton looks at the runner at second. Looks back, now steps off. Will fake the throw to get the runner back.
Yeah, it's Cameron Johnson. He had a pretty healthy lead, and he's now inching away from second base again with 2 outs. I mean, it's a situation where a runner's going to be going on contact here.
Pitch is inside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Just a little excuse me pitch right there. Colton that time might have thought, Colton and Charlie might have thought that Waylon was inching up on the plate, and he is inching up on the plate a little bit. That's just a, hey, get back. You're in my zone.
Pitch is lifted straight up the chute to the first base side. Logan Kind is there to make the catch. And no runs, no hits, no errors. Estacada leaves a runner at second after Colton Hesselman hit the first batter and walked the second. After half an inning, it's Estacada 0. Banks coming up to bat. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this from Sarah Hesselman, Keller Williams Realty.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Time to do another one.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
And we're back, bottom of the first inning, no score. Estacada had runners at first and second with nobody out, but Colton Hesselman gets out of a jam after hitting the first and walking the second hitters to start the game. Leading off for the Braves will be number 1, shortstop Wyatt Hesselman. Started to talk a little bit about the Hesselman brothers earlier in the first inning, Jonathan. Colton, I know for sure, has already received interest from both Oregon and Oregon State, and that was prior to this season. So expect a lot from them this year for the Banks Braves, currently ranked 3rd, right behind Hidden Valley and LeGrand, who played in last year's title game.
Set the defense for the Estacada Rangers, who are the designated visiting team. In the outfield, left to right, Will Olson in left field. Carson Emerson in straightaway center. Riley Huda is in right field. Infield, left to right, Waylon Rydell is at the hot corner. Cameron Johnson, shortstop. Peyton Matney is the second baseman. Jake Sittner, the first baseman. Andrew Rydell is the starting pitcher for Estacada, and his battery mate is Eli Olson.
First pitch is grounded hard to short. Throw to first, double clutches. Throw it away into the dugout, and the Braves are going to have their first base runner of the 2022 season on a wild throw from the shortstop, number 15, Cameron Johnson, that's going to allow Wyatt Hesselman to reach.
Yeah, that'll go down as our first error of the afternoon. E6 on that one. Cameron Johnson just airmailed that one right over the first baseman, Jake Sittner's head, and that's a break right there. So leadoff man aboard. Let's see what Banks can do.
First pitch is over the head of Charlie White, well inside as he has to duck out of the way of the pitch.
Yeah, and Charlie White's 6'2", so, I mean, that's way up there. That was way over his head. I mean, that would have probably been over Chet Holmgren of Gonzaga, and he's 7 feet tall.
Pitch from Rydell is grounded inside the left field line down the third base side. Gets away from the left fielder. 1 run will score, and they're going to wave Charlie White around to third, and he'll be in easy with a base hit RBI triple on the second batter of the season, and the Banks Braves are up 1-0.
Yeah, that was just a lace shot right down the left field line by Charlie White. Good piece of hitting on a 1-0 count to put it all the way into the corner.
10,
and left fielder Will Olson had a late jump on it, and then he lost it. Looked like it hit off the pitcher's mound down there in the left field bullpen as it went down there in the corner and ricocheted off into left center field. So wise inning. That's a triple all the way and an RBI triple for Charlie. And as you said, Trevor, 1-0 lead, and just like that, they leadoff man aboard. That error, it's an unearned run as the base runner was on board on the error. But hey, it goes down as a run nonetheless, and a 1-0 lead.
Pitch is fouled off the end of the bat, straight back by Colton Hesselman, 0-1.
Colton wearing number 10 on those brand new, as Trevor mentioned in the pregame, brand new white uniforms with pinstripes, navy blue pinstripes, navy blue numbers.
0-1 the count to Colton after he fouled off the first pitch from Rydell. And that pitch misses down and in the dirt. Evens the count 1-1. Charlie White, still nobody out. Good chance to score from third. And anytime you have the Hesselman boys at bat, you're going to have speed. And 3 things you need to win a state championship in high school baseball, Banks. Banks has had them with the Hesselman boys. They produce the speed. Charlie White's produced the power. And they've got a pretty good defense with
Boy, that was a
Banks
generous
Braves as
strike
well.
called by our home plate umpire there. That was on the outside part of the zone.
Pitch is fouled off the first base side by Colton. Count remains 1-2 strikes. 1-0 Braves after Charlie White laces one inside the third base line for a triple that scored Wyatt Hesselman, who reached on a wild throw from second, and that's going to score Charlie White as Colton has the second base hit of the game, a ground ball single back up the middle to make the score 2-0.
And there's an earned run right there, first earned run of the season for the Banks Braves,
17, center fielder
who
Wyatt
looking
Selleck.
to get the season started off right with a win.
So 2 runs on 2 hits already in the inning. Actually, 2 runs on 1 hit. The first runner that reached, Wyatt Hesselman, leadoff hitter, reached on a wild throw from shortstop actually to first that went well over the first baseman into the dugout off the first base side.
Well, there is 2 hits. That's the second hit. Charlie had the triple.
Oh, that's right. Pitch from Rydell is a called strike, evens the count 1-1.
Yeah, right down the middle. That was a great pitch that time. Nice hard strike, and Wyatt was taken all the way.
Time called. Rydell steps off.
Yeah, Wyatt just, he wasn't quite set right yet. He had to dig in his back foot.
Pitch, Selleck shows bunt. Pitch misses for ball 2 inside.
Looks like the bunt sign might be on again here, trying to sacrifice a runner into scoring position. Not going to do it, not on that pitch.
Pitch misses a little bit high, 3-1. Pitch is off the outside part of the plate, ball 4. And the Banks Braves have runners at first and second and still nobody out. Time called.
Going to get a pinch runner for the Braves.
Number 20, Ashton Crossan. Apologize for the video issues we're having. Logan Kind, the hitter. First pitch from Rydell is outside. At the plate for the Braves, number 18, first baseman Logan Kind. First pitch to Logan misses outside, left-handed hitter. Rydell looks at second, curveball misses outside. 2-0, a little bit high.
Yeah, Andrew Rydell really knows he's got to be careful right here and really kind of being loose on the strike zone.
Pitch misses outside, 3-0. Still has not thrown a strike to Logan Kind, and Logan Kind, a lot of size and an opportunity to make the score 6-0 here on one pitch.
I expect him to be sitting on this one right here. Yeah.
Strike taken at the knees, as Jonathan predicted, 3-1.
Yeah, with a 3-0 count, you just want to, make him throw a strike. I mean, if he throws it outside again and gives you a free pass, then, you'll take it. But make him throw a strike. And right now, 3-1, hitter's delight.
Rydell steps off, fakes the throw to second. Crossing the pinch runner is back in time. 3-1 the count, 2-0 Braves lead, 2 runs, 2 hits, and an error. That one is lifted foul out of play off the third base side over towards Hillsborough Stadium up on the metal roof.
Yeah, that time Logan reached out at that one. That one looked like ball 4 right there and a free pass, and Logan wanted to be an aggressive hitter right there, reached for it out of the strike zone, and a little bit late on that as well, and fouled it out away.
3-2 the count, hard grounder to second. Throw to second, threw it away, and the run at third is going to score Ashton Crossan, and another runner reaching third is Wyatt Selleck, and it's now 3-0, second error in the inning for Estacada.
Yeah, that one's on the second baseman, Matney, all the way right there. Should have been a bang-bang play and tried to go to second. Or you could even give that one actually to the shortstop, Cameron Johnson, as well, who just really missed it, and just lack of execution there by the middle infield.
Batting for the Braves, second baseman, number 5, Christian Lida.
We'll go E4 officially on that one, rushing the throw to second base. So 2 errors have allowed 2 runs to score.
3-0 the score in the bottom of the first. Braves with the lead. Lida fouls that pitch off the first base side out of play into the bleachers. Still nobody out. 3 runs in for the Braves.
2 unearned runs and the earned run coming on an RBI single by Colton Hesselman, scoring Charlie White.
Pitch is inside for ball 2, 2-1. Pitch is lifted to center, and this should score a run on the sac fly. And coming from third will be Wyatt Selleck on the first out of the inning for Banks, but it's now 4-0.
Yeah, that's what you call a productive sacrifice fly right there, as heads up running by Logan Kind to also tag up and go from second to third. And then, of course, coming in to score, Wyatt Selleck tagging up at third. So get a run, 1 run in, and then you also take away the double play ball with Logan Kind, Logan Kind moving over to third on the play as well. So you've got 1 out.
And this one's going to drop down the right field side for a single to right for Harry Gardner, and that'll make the score 5-0.
Yeah, you always love to see those crooked numbers up on the scoreboard, and right now Banks looking like
for the Braves, number 19,
they're wanting to put this game away early.
Jewett.
There is a mercy rule in high school baseball.
Throw to first. Ooh, gets away, but it's not going to. Oh, now they are going to send him. Harry Gardner is going to go all the way to second on the pitch that glanced off the first baseman's glove.
That's an E on the pitcher right there. Three errors in the inning for Estacada.
Pitch from right, check swing. Ooh, it must have been a called strike, so it looked like Jewett only went about a quarter of the way.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pitch that time, but I think he did go around there just a little bit. Ooh, that's a high strike.
Strike 2 called. 0-2 the count, we believe, to Blake Jewett.
Yeah, that's correct.
5-0 Braves lead. Pitch from right, big swing and a miss for out number 2 for the Braves.
First strikeout of the game for Andrew Rydell.
Batting for the Braves, bottom of the order, number 3, third baseman Justin Walters.
Everybody bats in the first inning of the first game for the Banks Braves. The 9th man coming to the plate.
Big swing and a miss for Justin Walters, and now maybe Rydell with a little bit of a heat check right now after striking out the last hitter on the last pitch. Check swing on a pitch in the dirt, and home plate umpire says ball 1, evens the count 1-1. Walters looked like he only went about a quarter of the way on a pitch outside.
Yeah, he didn't quite go all the way through. Great job by Justin to hold up there and not go all the way through the zone.
Pitch from Rydell, big swing on a pitch off the plate for.
It's a foul tip. Catcher caught it off the foul tip.
Okay. So on the second strike, foul tipped into the catcher's glove, and that will end the first inning mercifully for Estacada. The Braves get 5 runs on just a couple of hits, but Estacada produces 3 errors defensively, and we head to the top of the second. It's Banks 5, Estacada nothing. We'll be back after this.
You could save hundreds of dollars by moving another loan over to Wana Credit Union. Receive cash or make no payments for 90 days. Get started by visiting wana.fcu.org. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Screensaver.
I got to remember.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
Credit Union 4A scoreboard for today. A lot of action on this Friday, the second Friday of March, or third this Friday, March the 18th. Number 7, Hindley is at number 10, Philomath. Valley Catholic up the road in Beaverton is hosting Westside Christian. Elmira is at number 1, Hidden Valley. Siuslaw at number 8, Mazama. Cottage Grove at Sisters. Newport at Astoria. Number 10, Marshfield playing Cascade at Cottage Grove High School. And number 6, Gladstone is playing number 10, Staten. First pitch of the second inning is right in there from Colton Hesselman for the strike. 0-1 is the count to the hitter for the Estacada Rangers. That would be, as we get to the right score page, Jake Sittner leading off. Jake Sittner watches the second pitch sail for a ball. It's 1-1 from Colton Hesselman. That pitch goes inside, and Sittner, a little take on that one, but he held up, and it goes inside for a count of 2-1 on Jake Sittner. Eli Olson on deck. Peyton Matney is in the hole. Here's the 2-1 offering from Colton Hesselman. That's a little low, and I guess it was 3-1 as that's ball 4. So Estacada, back-to-back innings, has the leadoff man aboard.
I may have been wrong on the first pitch on the scoreboard. Batting for
and as
the Estacada Rangers, number 14, catcher
longtime
Eli
Portland
Olson.
Pickles coach and hitting coach Mark Magdaleno, we called him Mags back a couple of years ago. As he says, leadoff man, LMB, leadoff man aboard. And that's what a coach loves to see. First pitch to the hitter Eli Olson from Wyatt Hesselman is right in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Hesselman checks the runner at first. Here comes the 0-1, scoring around the bunt. It's a beauty down the third base line. Hesselman will field it and throws it away over to Logan Kind. That's an E1 that time, and that's going to allow Estacada to move 2 men in scoring position. A 2-base error as Eli Olson goes to second, and hustling all the way, Jake Sittner gets to third. And so Estacada,
At the plate
after
for the
giving
Rangers,
up
number
5
24,
runs on
Peyton
3 errors in the
Matney.
bottom of the first inning, now has something cooking here in the top of the second, as they have runners on second and third with nobody out. And stepping to the plate, an RBI opportunity for Peyton Matney. Colton gets a sign. Here comes the delivery. Swing and a miss by Peyton Matney, and that's a strike. That was a good pitch that time by Wyatt Hesselman, or Colton Hesselman, excuse me. Beg your pardon. 0-1. Hesselman comes set at the belt. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Swing and a miss again. A big healthy swing. 2 big healthy swings by Matney, and it's 0-2. So Wyatt Colton trying to dig down deep here and get back and not prevent any damage. Prevent some damage here. And that pitch is outside and high. Just a little, pitch. I think that was a pitch out pitch right there. So 1-2 is the count to to Matney. Wyatt looks in. Colton looks in. Gets his sign. Comes set. Here's the 1-2 offering. It's outside and high. Ball 2. So it evens the count. Good job, patience of Peyton Matney to be patient and work the count back even. 2-2. Nobody out. Runners at second and third. Colton comes set. Here's the 2-2 offering. It's a little swing by Peyton Matney and fouls it back to the screen. And so the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to get a fresh baseball in to our home plate umpire and gets a new ball in play. Colton looks in to Charlie White. Charlie looks over at the dugout to get the sign and will relay that over to Colton. He has it. Comes set at the belt. Here's the 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? Looks like home plate umpire said no, he did not. And so Peyton Matney, after falling behind 0-2, has worked the count back into his favor now at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runners get their leads from second and third. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that's the first strikeout for Colton Hesselman, and it's a huge out, Trevor, is 1 out here in the top of the second, but still got some work to do with runners at second and third for Estacada.
Yeah, Colton looking to try to get out of another jam here like he had to last inning, getting the first 2 runners aboard.
Will Olson, the batter now for Estacada, watches the first pitch sail high and outside for ball 1, and it's 1-0. Colton looks into the sign, has it. Comes set at the belt. Colton working really quickly out there. And a beautiful pitch right down Broadway. And swinging and missing as Will Olson. And that'll leave the count back in at 1-1. We're in the top of the second inning here at Ron Tonkin Field. Banks leading 5-0, but Estacada threatening. Here's the 1-1 offering, and it's fouled off of Will Olson, or fouled off the plate. And it's 1-2. So Banks 1 strike away here from getting that second out on the board and maybe getting a little bit of momentum in their favor. Infield shift is on here is shortstop Wyatt Hesselman playing closer to the bag. The 1-2 offering is high and inside, high and tight, and works the count back even, 2-2. Estacada making Colton throw a lot of pitches right here, really working the count. Colton's ready. Comes in at the belt. The 2-2 offering on its way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Colton Hesselman, and that's how you stop the bleeding a little bit there, is get 2 outs now, and now the infield can settle back into their normal positions with 2 outs and runners at second and third, and just go to first. Colton looks into Charlie to get the sign, has it, comes set at the belt. Here's the first offering to Carson Emerson, and he's swinging at a pitch that was on the outside part of the zone. Comes up empty, and it's 0-1.
How nice would it be if Colton could strike out the side here?
And he is 1 strike away from doing that, as that pitch was a beauty right down the middle, and Carson was swinging at gnats and not the ball, and it's 0-2. Runners at second and third. Colton adjusts the bill of his cap, looks in to get the sign, comes set at the belt. The kick, the pitch. It's in the inside, fouled in the dirt. Charlie White will pick it up, throw it to first, and gets him on the 2-3 put out. And 1-2-3 after getting 2 runners on base. So no runs, no hits, and there were 2 Banks errors in the first inning. We go to the bottom half of the second. It's Banks 5 and Estacada nada.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
Andrew Rydell is finishing his warm-up tosses as the catcher Eli Olson had to get his catcher's gear on. And I want to beg your pardon, I actually gave Banks 2 errors there in the top of the second. It's actually only 1 error. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 2 runners left on base for Estacada in the top
Leading
of the second.
Bottom of the second
we go for the Banks Braves.
Leadoff hitter
It'll be the top of the order.
Shortstop Wyatt
After
Hesselman.
batting through the lineup in the first inning, Wyatt Hesselman will lead things off. He reached on an error by the shortstop in the first inning and came around to score on a triple by Charlie White. That was a rope shot down the left field line, but scored unearned. First pitch to Wyatt Hesselman is
Beautiful
inside.
Curveball. It was a strike.
Yeah,
Beautiful
little 12-6 curveball from Andrew Rydell.
Yep.
And the 0-1 finds right down there. Nice little changeup delivered in there, and it's quickly 0-2. And boy, I'll tell you what, Rydell has really found his groove. And the 0-2, it's lined into center field. Going back on it is Emerson, and he will make the catch for the first out. So a better start to an inning defensively for Estacada.
Second time at the plate for catcher number 2, Charlie White.
And Charlie White will step into the plate after he gets his sign. He's got 1 foot in the batter's box. Charlie White, 1 for 1 on the day, had that triple down the left field line, beautifully laced ball, and came around to score. Part of that 5-run first inning. Banks leading at 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. First pitch is a ball. Andrew Rydell has the sign. The rider comes set. Here's the 1-0. Right-hander comes set, and it's in there. Beautiful pitch. And it's 1-1 to Charlie White. 1-1 on its way. It's outside in the dirt. Hits off of the catcher, Eli Olson. Bounces towards the first base dugout here at Ron Tonkin Field.
Too bad White couldn't be aboard on that last fly ball to center. He'd be at second right now.
2-1 the count to Charlie White. Here comes the offering. It's outside. Just misses the outside part of the zone, but it was wide right. And it's 3-1. Hitter's delight here for Charlie White. The 3-1 on its way from Rydell. Swing and a miss. And down goes Charlie White for the first time here. And there's quickly 2 outs.
No, the second strike.
Oh, just strike 2. That's right. It was a 3-1 count. 3-2 now. The payoff pitch from Rydell popped up towards the right side. Giving chase is Matney, and he's going to come over and make a sliding catch in foul territory down the first base line. Beautiful catch. Great job by Matney to stay with it, and it goes as a fly out to 4. So there is the second out, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Colton Hesselman. Stand in the box on this cloudy day. First offering to him. Another beautiful pitch from Andrew Rydell as Trevor, he's really found his zone here.
Yeah, since the end of the first inning, he's finally in full season.
Second offering is popped up by Wyatt Hesselman, and it hits above our heads on the awning here at Ron Tonkin Field. The Tonk, as it's called. So quickly 0-2 to Colton Hesselman.
You're going to have to think if Rydell had got some defensive help to start the game, those 3 errors, if we might have a scoreless tie.
Hesselman pops up another offering from Rydell and takes it over the third base line over the Hits on the top of the stadium, just a little late on it. Here's the 0-2 offering, and he gets a hold of this one, sends it into left field. It's but tracking it is Will Olson, and camps right under it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Estacada Rangers. We have played 2 here at Ron Tonkin Field. Banks lead it 5-0. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Banks Baseball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
box on the right part of the plate.
2-1 the count. Big swing and a miss from Rydell. Apparently that was the third strike. 1 out for the Rangers at the plate, number 15, Cameron Johnson. Batting for Estacada, number 15, Cameron Johnson.
Yeah, so far it seems that Colton Hesselman has really works his best when he gets himself in a little bit of a jam because he really knows how to work out of it as he gave.
That pitch is grounded off the third base side, left to the bag by Cameron Johnson, 0-1 the count.
Third strikeout of the game now for Colton Hesselman, and as I was finishing that idea, he gave up the leadoff runner here and has came back with a swinging strikeout, and let's see if he can follow that up with another retiring the side.
Steps off and does not attempt the throw to second. 0-1 the count to Cameron Johnson after a first pitch grounder left of third. Pitch misses upstairs, 1-1.
Just a little high that time. It had the right part of the zone, but that time it's just a little bit too far upstairs.
5-0 lead for the Braves. Had a little bit of rain to start. Not to start the game, but as we got here about 3 o'clock. Big swing and a miss. The outside half of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that was a good adjustment by Colton that time as he is in the same spot as the last pitch, but this one, he brought it down more and got it right there where the umpire liked it and called it for the second strike of the at-bat.
Two and 2 the count. 5-0 Braves lead. Top of the third inning. Hitter is Cameron Johnson. Colton Hesselman looks at second. Now will throw and throws high. And the throw to third is going to be way late. And now Estacada in business with a runner at third on a throwing error from pitcher Colton Hesselman on a pickoff move to second. And time has been called as Charlie White wants to discuss with Colton how to keep this run at third from scoring. 5-0 Braves lead, 1 out, 2. Three and 2 the count to Cameron Johnson. 1 out. Runner at third is Riley Hovda. Pitch from Colton is strike. Ooh, started to call strike, but apparently a little bit low. Look down around the knees. But I'm confused because it was a 3-2 count and the runner's staying at the plate, so we must be off on the pitch count. The pitch from Colton is lifted to the right side. Coming over to make the catch for out number 2, I believe, is Christian Lida. Batting for Estacada, number 27, Waden Rydell. Actually, it's Waylon.
Back-to-back, once again, back-to-back outs recorded by Colton Hesselman after giving up the leadoff walk.
And a pitch at the knees. First pitch to Waylon Rydell, 0-1.
Waylon 0 for 1 today after he popped out to first baseman Logan Kind to end the inning.
That one is sprayed inside out off left side of the batter's box, off the first base side, 0-2. O2 pitch misses a little bit high, 1-2, and that may have been a pitch out to try to keep Hovda close at first. 1-2 count again. Colton looking to get out of a jam that he had to start the inning. That one's grounded back to the pitcher. They're going to look the runner to third, throw to first, and that will do it for the top half of the third. Again, no run scores despite a runner reaching third with nobody out. And after 2.5, it's still the Banks Braves 5 and the Estacada Rangers nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute after this from Amy Downs.
Have you ever wanted to explore the option of purchasing a home or refinancing your current home to lower your interest rate or get cash back for debt consolidation? I'm Amy Downs, a Senior Loan Officer with Diamond Residential Mortgage Corporation, and I pride myself on working with complete transparency, honesty, and integrity throughout the loan process and beyond. Call me at 360-513-6808 today. NMLS 1583279. Licensed loan originator in Oregon, Washington, Tennessee, Texas, and Arizona.
Diamond Residential Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 186805. Licensed by the Oregon Division of Financial Regulation under the Oregon Mortgage Lending License number ML-5206. All rates, fees, and loan terms are subject to formal loan applications, credit risk appraisal evaluation, and other lending criteria. Programs, rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice.
Of course, there's a lot of
Batting for the Braves in the bottom of the, leading off the bottom of the third inning, center fielder Wyatt Selleck. First pitch from Andrew Rydell, misses high, ball one.
We talked about last inning, last time that they were up. Andrew Rydell has really kind of worked through his control issues. He set down the last 5 Braves batters that he's faced.
Oh, late called strike on a pitch that started up high and dropped as across the plate, 1-1. Pitch is in the dirt and nobody. No harm, no foul. Nobody aboard. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch is called strike on the inside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's a generous strike right there. That was it was kind of on the line right there of striker ball.
And that one's going to be lifted straight back. A foul just a little bit off the first base side. Almost right back at us off the top of the.
Yeah, that time Wyatt was in a jam right there. Too late on the. He was late on the swing. He was just in a situation where he knew he had 2 strikes against him, and he had to do something. He didn't want to let that go by.
And this one's lifted down the right field line, and it's going to curve foul into the stands over towards the beer garden. Count remains full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Beer garden, of course, not open during high school games.
A lot of changes coming to Ron Tonkin Field in the next couple of years. A email survey was sent out shortly after the first of the year on changes coming and what type of things fans would like to see added. I think they're going to plan on adding a few seats. That's coming to the plate, number 18, first baseman Logan Kine. Batting for the Braves, number 18, first baseman Logan Kine.
First walk given up by Andrew Rydell, and that snaps a streak of 5 straight retired batters. And now Rydell struggling with his control once again here in the bottom of the third.
Big swing and a miss as Rydell takes a little off of it. Logan Kine gets a foul tip. One pitch curveball. Safe at second on the steal is Wyatt Selleck.
Yeah, Wyatt Selleck took off on the pitch, but then the ball got away, a pass ball. So that goes, he actually won't get the stolen base. It'll go down as indifference.
2-1 the count to Logan Kind after the pitch was low on the steal. That one misses low as well. 3 balls and 1 strike. 5-0 Braves, bottom of the third inning. All runs scoring on a couple of hits and a handful of errors by Estacada. Charlie White, the key offensive play of the game that scored the first run on a ground ball triple inside the third base line that probably should have been a double, but left fielder had a problem picking up the ground ball and got caught in the corner.
Yeah, ricocheted off of the pitcher's mound down there in the left field bullpen.
And Logan Kind is going to be aboard via a 5-pitch walk.
Back-to-back walks now given up by Andrew Rydell, and that's been kind of the story of the game for Rydell and the Rangers. Is just he has these stretches where he battles within himself with his control, and the control issues come up. And when he's on. He's looked good, but then he gets himself in trouble with these control problems.
Christian Cho's bunt called strike, gets away from the pitcher, but not far enough to advance the runners. 0-1.
Christian Lyda, the perfect ingredient here, perfect person to lay down a sacrifice bunt right here, and Estacada well aware of that.
Curveball catches the outside part of the plate. Looked like a nice pitch from up here. 0-2. Rydell looks at second, and Lyda swings and misses at strike 3. That looked like it may have been ball 1, looked a little bit outside, but out number 1 for the Braves nonetheless. Batting for Banks number 4, left fielder Harry Gardner.
Well, we saw Colton Hesselman get into a similar situation a couple innings ago where he gave up the first 2 leadoff men on base and then came back to retire the side. And so Andrew Rydell looking to follow the same script here in the bottom of the third.
And first pitch to Gardner misses well outside off the plate, ball 1. Runners at first and second, both reached on walks.
Harry Gardner 1 for 1 on the afternoon, singled in the first inning, went to second on an error by the pitcher.
Changeup misses low and outside. Drop ball is too far off the plate. 2-0. Rydell looks at second. Fires, and that's a strike at the knees. 2-1.
Beautiful pitch. Just a fastball right over the plate. Just a fastball right over the plate, heart of the plate, and Harry didn't want it.
Rydell looks at second as he fires to the plate, and this could be 2. Grounder to second is underhanded, and it will not be recorded as an out, as it's another error on Estacada, their 4th of the game on the toss to second.
Yeah, that was just a lackadaisical toss by the second baseman, Matney. Kind of flipped it over there to Cameron Johnson, who was in position, and he just kind of like underhanded shovel pass. It was like a shovel pass in football, but it was like underhand. He just kind of flipped it nonchalantly, and that's going to cost him a base runner and an out.
And it may cost him a run, as now the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Yeah, perfect. See how Coach Joe Baumgartner wants to play it here. See if he drops down a bunt with Blake Jewett, the DH.
Want to know the count? First pitch was in the dirt. Pitch from Rydell. Looked like he overthrew that time, nearly threw himself into the ground, held onto the ball a little long, and misses outside.
And with a 2-0 count, not likely to be bunting now, as those control problems are really on the shoulders firmly of Andrew Rydell.
Pitch taken right down the chute, 2-1. 1 out, a 5-0 lead for the Braves in the bottom of the third. Bases loaded. First 2 runners reached on a walk. The runner reached on an error on a fielder's choice to second. Pitch is lifted to center, and this should score a run on the fly ball by Jewett. And scoring from third will be Wyatt Selleck, and that'll make the score 6-0 with 2 outs in the bottom of the third.
Manufacture runs any way you can, and doing it right now, getting the bases loaded and getting the sac fly lifts runner in home, and it also moves Logan Kind
At
over
the plate,
to
bottom
third
of the order for
place.
the Braves, number 3, third baseman Justin Walters. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, throw back to first. Apparently did not make the throw, faked and stepped off. Looks the runner at first. Looks over his shoulder, fires to the plate. Took a little off it, and Walters swings and misses for strike 1. 6-0 Braves after a sac fly from Blake Jewett that scored Wyatt Selleck from third. Pitch from Rydell, curveball that started way off the plate, broke a little in back towards the plate as it came close, but still nearly hit Justin Walters. 1 ball and 1 strike. Steps off. Now we'll walk back to the top of the mound. Set. Still nobody warming up in either bullpen. Runner at first goes, and now time called. And they're going to call a balk. And that will allow the runner from third to score.
Yeah, you know, Trevor, that might have been by design right there, to kind of knowing that Andrew Rydell kind of flustered out there and frustrated, and just it probably wasn't with third base coach for the Banks Braves. I believe that to be Joe Baumgartner, shouting some instructions out there to Harry Gardner, who is on second base. But, he kind of went for the steal. Looked like maybe he might have missed the sign and wasn't sure of should I go, and it actually worked out in Banks' favor.
1-1 pitch, reaching for it, but getting a piece of it off the end of the bat. Justin Walters fouls it straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning.
Sometimes those kind of plays, coaches will do that.
Pitch is lifted to left, and going back on it, looked like it was going to be deeper initially, but making the catch for out number 3 is the Estacada left fielder. Cannot see his number from this far away, but that is the third out. Banks does. Well, thank you. Will Olson makes the catch for out number 3. We head to the top of the 4th, and Justin Lee will take over when we come back. At the end of 3, it's Banks 7, Estacada nothing. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates. Northside Rock Products LLC on Northwest Dixie Mountain Road in North Plains. NorthsideRockProductsLLC.com.
Colton Hesselman is a little low for ball 1. to the leadoff man of this inning, Jake
Batting for
Sittner
Estacada,
for
number 3, Jake
Estacada.
Sittner.
No runs. The 1-0 offering is right on the outside corner. Good pitch from Wyatt Hesselman, and that'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike here to start the 4th inning. Colton working very quickly. Here comes the 1-1 offering, and it's a swing and a miss. That one was on the inside corner, but too hot for Jake Sittner to handle, and he is behind in the count, 1-2. Set the line score here in a moment. The 1-2 offering on the way from Hesselman. It is, ooh, that was on the outside corner. Looked good from this vantage point, but the umpire, who was right on it, said maybe a little bit low, so that'll even the count at 2-2. Boy, that looked like a good pitch from Colton. Nonetheless, here comes the 2-2 offering. It is lined into right field. That's going to be a base hit as it takes one hop. But getting the ball into first base, a very nice throw by the right fielder, Lyda, out there. That's Jack Lyda making the ball into Logan Kind and takes away a base hit. Put a star next to that one. That might be our play of the day. Great job. 9-3 for the putout to rob Jake Sittner from a base hit. That's the kind of play that'll fire up a pitcher. Here comes the first offering.
At the plate for Estacada, number 14, Eli Olson.
From Colton Hesselman, it bounces in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Charlie White, and it's 1-0 to Eli Olson. Here's the 1-0 from Hesselman, and that's going to be fouled back to the screen to the right and behind home plate. So evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, that was a beautiful play. Jack Lyda fielded that ball on a hop, and just a great position to throw him out to Logan Kind for the putout. Here's the 1-1. It's laced in between the hole, between third and short, gets into left field. That is a base hit, and that is the first hit of the day for the Estacada Rangers. It's a 1-out single from Eli Olson, just through the wickets, through third and or through the hole in third and short and into left field.
Batting for Estacada, number 24,
and
Peyton Matney.
Estacada has something cooking here in the top of the 4th. It's Peyton Manning, who struck out his last time up in the 2nd inning.
I'm not sure if Peyton Manning plays baseball,
Peyton,
but he's not playing in this game.
Peyton Matney.
Time called. Home plate umpire took off his mask for a moment. Charlie White, I think, just dusting some dirt off his uniform.
Here comes the offering to Matney. It's low and inside, and we believe that to be 1-0. To the count to Matney. Hesselman looking in to get the sign, has it from Charlie. Charlie White, his battery mate, checks the runner at first. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. It's fouled off the plate, and that's going to be a foul ball. Running with his bat in hand was Matney, but the home plate umpire comes out of his outside quickly as great fundamental technique by our umpire there, and calls off, said, hey, no, dead ball, that's a foul. Fouled it off the plate. I saw that up here as well. So 1-1 is the count to Matney. Colton Hesselman has the sign, checks the runner. Here comes the 1-1 offering. It is right there. Beautiful pitch. Caught the low part of the strike zone. And it's 1-2 to Peyton Matney. 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th. 1 runner on the 1-out single. Here comes the 1-2 offering. Ooh, it's down low, just misses the strike zone, and it's evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wyatt checks the runner at first. Here comes the 1-2 offering. It's upstairs. And I guess it was a 2-2 offering. As 3-2 offering. As that is a walk.
Batting for Estacada, number 9, Will Olson.
Peyton Matney gets aboard. So runners first and second now after that great play from right field to first for the first out. And Will Olson comes to the dish. Ooh, great looking pitch from Colton Hesselman on the outside corner. And Charlie White even he framed it and he left it there for a couple of seconds, hoping the umpire would catch it, but he didn't. Called it a ball. Guess it was a little too high. The 1-0 from Colton Hesselman on its way. That's inside, but it's going to be a strike because waving at it was Will Olson. He kind of winged the bat, flung it through the zone, and that's a mental error right there for Estacada, so it evens the count at 1-1. It did look like a pretty good pitch, though, so it might have been a called strike regardless. The 1-1 laced back into the screen behind the first base dugout. So it's 1-2 now is the count with 1 out. Runners at first and second for Estacada. Infield fly rule is in effect, as I saw the umpires going through the sign. Here comes the 1-2 from Colton after he checks the runner at second. And that ball's going to get through the wickets of Charlie White, get to the backstop, and runners are going to move up a bag as Olson heads to third and Matney gets on to second. So runners now in scoring position with 1 away. That erases the double play ball potentially for the Banks defense, but the Banks infielders are all playing to cut down that run at home. They're all at the edge of the grass, the synthetic grass. And there's a nice pitch, strike 3, swinging for Colton Hesselman. I told you, Trevor, earlier in this game that Colton plays
at the plate number 10, Carson
He performs
Emerson.
better after he gets himself in a little bit of a jam.
Yeah, every inning he's allowed the leadoff runner to at least get to second base. A couple innings we've had runners at third. Still has not allowed a run to cross the plate.
First pitch to Carson Emerson, a little low, little inside, and it's 1-0. Carson Emerson is 0 for 1 on the day for Estacada. A little 2-3 ground out in the second inning. Here's the 1-0 offering. It's going to be chopped up the third base line. Fielding it with ease is Justin Walters over to Logan Kine for out number 3. 5-3 put out, and down go the Rangers here in the fourth. No runs, 1 hit, no Banks errors, and 2 runners left aboard. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Banks 5, Estacada nothing. You're listening to Banks Baseball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com. Shannon Jennings of North Plains is your local independent insurance agent. Are you overpaying for insurance? She can partner with a vast range of insurance companies to provide you with the most competitive products and services. Whether it's your home, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, we take the time to learn about you, your family, and your business to find the best coverage to protect your unique needs. For quality insurance coverage at affordable prices, call 503-444-0566 or email Shannon at shannonjenningsinsurance.com.
A lot of goose eggs up there on the scoreboard for the Estacada Rangers as we check their line score through 4 innings. No runs, just 1 hit. That was in the top half of this 4th inning. They have left 6 runners on the base paths, and they have committed 4 errors. For the Banks Braves, through 3 innings, 5 runs on 2 hits. They've left just 2 runners on base. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning, and leading things off, it's the leadoff man, Wyatt Hesselman. He'll be followed by Charlie White. First offering is outside, way outside from Andrew Rydell, and it's ball one to Wyatt Hesselman, the Banks shortstop today. Wyatt stands back in. Here comes the 1-0. Flails at a pitch that was kind of up in the zone, and he was a little late on that one and fouls it back towards the home half of the dugout. And it's 1-1 from Andrew Rydell. Here comes the 1-1 offering. It is up in the zone, and it's lifted into left center field. Going back on it is the shortstop, Cameron Johnson, and he will make the out, the first out of the bottom of the fourth.
Batting for the Braves, number 2, catcher Charlie White.
It's the second time that Wyatt Hesselman has flew out today, both in the second and fourth innings. Charlie White will come up to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a triple and a run scored in the first inning, part of that 5-run first inning.
That was the first run scored by the Braves, actually.
Yes, it was. First offering to Charlie White. Charlie has a good eye that time, looking at that pitch that's outside of the zone. 1 ball, no strikes from Andrew Rydell. Andrew gets the sign he wants, goes into the wind. Here's the 1-0, and time is called, so that's a no pitch. Charlie White was asking for time, and I think he was granted it, so no pitch. So the count remains 1 ball and no strikes. Now we're ready. The 1-0 on its way. It's outside, high and outside, and gets away from the catcher, Eli Olson. And it's 2 balls, no strikes to Mr. White. Should say go Vikes every time Charlie comes to the plate. Going to be a Portland State Viking, tight end for the football team on Bruce Barna's bunch. 2-0 count upstairs. Oh, just got the high part of the strike zone. Good pitch that time from Andrew Rydell. And it's 2-1 to Charlie. But it's a good take by Charlie because at that point, make him throw a strike. And here comes the 2-1 from Rydell. It's in the dirt. And they're going to say ball 4. I guess he didn't grant time. The umpire doesn't have to grant time just because you ask for it. So it's a pitch. It's a walk. Ball 4, and Charlie is aboard
number 10, pitcher
for the
Colton
second
Hesselman.
time today. 1 out walk. And gets a pretty healthy lead right at the cut of the turfed grass. First pitch to Colton Hesselman is outside, and it's ball 1. 1-0. Bottom of the fourth inning. A 5-0 Banks lead. This one's popped up towards the right side of the plate, giving chase is Sittner, and it's going to go out of his reach into the Estacada dugout. Fortunately for the Banks Braves, it's going to fall in foul territory, so it's 1-1, and Colton will grab his bat and try to do it again. Colton adjusts everything, adjusts the batting gloves, make sure they're nice and tight. Baseball players do that. You see that from the high school to college to the pros. Want to make sure they're nice and tight. Get that tight grip. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Runner goes on the play. It's a run and hit. And the throw over to first base is in time. But meanwhile, moving up to second base is Charlie White. So going down as a 6-3 putout, but a sacrifice. And there's 2 away.
Batting for the Braves, number 17, center fielder Wyatt Selleck.
2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Charlie White on second base. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Wyatt Selleck, who's been busy today. Reached base both times up and scored both times in the first and third innings. And we're going to have a pinch runner here for the Banks Braves as coming out to pinch run. It looks like Cole Donnelly. No, Jack Lyda. It's Jack Lyda.
New runner at second base for the Braves, number 9, Jack Lyda.
Jack Lyda playing right field, but he's already in the lineup, so they can do that free substitution. This will be because there's a first offering now to Wyatt Selleck, and it's taken for a ball. 1-2 is the count to Wyatt. They're pinch running because Charlie is the catcher, and so 2 outs, it gives Charlie a chance to go in and get his catcher's gear on. Here's the 1-2 offering. It's poked right through into right field between first and second. A base hit for Selleck. Coming all the way around from second to score is the very speedy Jack Lyda. And the Banks Braves put another point on the board. It's 6-0. A great piece, a seeing-eyed single.
It's 8.
Seeing-eyed single by Wyatt Selleck, and that's the third time they've scored since the 5-run first inning, and it's 8-0 now, Banks.
At the plate for the Braves, number 18, first baseman Logan Kind.
It's a great seeing-eyed single by Wyatt Selleck. Just split the difference. It perfectly split right in between first and second into right field. First offering to Logan Kind is inside. So inside, watch it there on our video feed, that he had to bend out of the way of that one. The 2-0 offering to Logan Kind is bounced up the middle, fielded by the second baseman Matney, and throws it over to Jake Sittner for out number 3. But the Braves don't go quietly this time. They get a runner on after a 1-out walk, and he comes around to score. That would be Charlie White coming around to score on the single from Wyatt Selleck. So 1 run, 1 hit. There was no errors this time for Estacada, and 1 runner left on base. Through 4 innings here at Ron Tonkin Field, it's the Banks Braves 6, the Estacada Rangers nothing. This is Banks Baseball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
New pitcher for the Banks Braves, number 1, starting shortstop Wyatt Hesselman.
We go to the top half of the 5th inning, and there is a pitching change here as we get set for the Banks Braves, and it's going to be still Hesselman, but it's going to be Colton going over to shortstop, a little shortstop, the pitcher.
Hovda.
Colton Hesselman going to, no, it's going to be Christian Lyda going over to shortstop, and Wyatt Hesselman comes on the mound. With the play-by-play, here's Trevor Beard.
Thank you, Jonathan. First pitch from Wyatt misses outside. Little very delayed call by the home plate umpire, late to get out of his stance, 1-0.
Wyatt moves in from shortstop to the mound.
1-0 pitch from Wyatt. A called strike just below the letters, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Riley Hovda. Wyatt takes his time, sets, kicks and fires, and that one is sprayed off the third base side, well out of play over towards the Hillsborough Stadium football field. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A big curveball dropped a little bit low, though, as it crossed the plate. 2-2. Two-two pitch from Wyatt is low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count to leadoff hitter Riley Hovda leading off the top of the 5th. Three-two pitch, swung on, grounded hard, back up the middle. Beautiful backhand, but no throw to second will prevent the ball getting into center field, though. Nice play by new second baseman for the Braves. I believe that is Colton Hesselman. New second baseman for the Braves, Colton Hesselman, moving from second to shortstop, is number 5, Christian Lyda. At the plate for Estacada, number 4, Andrew Rydell.
Can't be Colton Hesselman at second because second baseman's a righty and Colton's a lefty.
Throw back to first, not in time. So at first is Riley Hovda with an infield single to second. Pitch from Wyatt, kicks and misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. At the plate, number 4, Andrew Rydell, 1-1 the count. Fires and misses off the plate in the dirt outside, 2-1. I think I already announced his name anyway. 2-1 the count to Andrew Rydell. Runners come in. They're going to catch the runner at first in a rundown. And they dropped the ball and then threw it into the dirt at first. And now he's going to reach second anyway. Riley Hovda was caught in a rundown. Logan Kind, first baseman, lost his hat on the play. So another error for the Braves. Correction, new second baseman is number 4, Harry Gardner. Now we have a discussion with the third base coach for Estacada with the home plate umpire.
And now the 2 umpires are going to come together. The base umpire and the home plate umpire, they're going to discuss things.
What might Estacada be lobbying here? Do they want the runner at second to be put at third after something that occurred during the rundown?
Might be asking if there was runner interference. And they say safe. That was the signal from the home plate umpire was just safe.
I don't think they were arguing whether it was safe or out because Estacada wouldn't be arguing the play if he was already safe.
Right. No. They'll put safe for like whatever it was. It's going to be the same or like no change.
So 2-1 the count to Andrew Rydell. Nobody out. Runner at second on a bad throw on a rundown. Pitch from Wyatt. Hesselman misses outside. 3-1. Three-one count from Wyatt Hesselman. Takes his time with the delivery. Looks at second. Looks again, pitches to the plate. To late call, catches the outside corner. Count is full. Andrew Rydell was already out of the batter's box, headed towards first. 8-0 Braves lead, top of the fifth inning. Estacada at the plate. Just missed off the plate that time for ball 4. And now runners at first and second, nobody out for the Rangers.
That was a pretty good-looking pitch by Wyatt Hesselman, and wow.
Batting number 15, Cameron Johnson.
Strike zone seems to be
all over the place.
Yeah, it's going in and out. It's like an iris changing in the different lights. It's going in, it's going out.
Runners at first and second, nobody out. Pitch from Wyatt Hesselman is fouled straight back over the top of us, out of play onto the Hillsborough Stadium side. 0-1. Batting for Estacada, number 15, Cameron Johnson. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Fouled the first pitch off straight back. Steps off, wheels towards second, no throw. Wyatt turns and looks at second a couple of times, pitches inside on a curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnson steps out, having a discussion, I think, with his bench, trying to get the batting signal correct. Wyatt looks at second. Fires to the plate. That one's sprayed off the third base side, out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sidestep delivery coming for Wyatt Hesselman. Planted, left foot planted towards home plate. Kicks and looks the runner back to second. Runner at second is Riley Hovda. Estacada's had good opportunities to score in each inning, but have had no runner even attempt home plate. The farthest they've gotten is a runner at third. Pitch from Hesselman, grounded to second. It's going to get through for a base hit. And Estacada, they're going to keep Hovda at third, but now the base is loaded. Still nobody out, and the throw gets away from Charlie White. Throw at the plate, gets away, and that's going to score the first run of the game on a throwing error for Estacada, and it's now 8-1. Runners at second and third. And time has been called by Joe Baumgartner, and that may be it for Wyatt Hesselman. First mound visit he's made today, and someone is being brought in from the infield. It looks like it might be Christian Lyda.
And I think this is I don't think it's a pitching change. I think it's more of, it might be a pitching change, but I think it's also more of just a pep talk because that it was just helter-skelter activity out there around the infield. And, Braves just rushing the throw. They were trying to make the out, trying to get it in there, just rushing all their throws. And he's just talking about making Chris Passage just settle down and play fundamental baseball. I mean, 2 errors on that play for the Banks Braves, and it's just really uncharacteristic by
Batting
Joe
for Estacada,
Baumgartner's
number
group.
27, Waylon Rydell. So Estacada has scored on a Banks error here in the top of the 5th inning. 8-1 the Braves lead. And this one is going to be lifted straight back out of play behind home plate, 0-1. Still nobody out for Estacada. Runners at second and third. Pitch is big, swing and a miss. Took a little off it as it came towards the front of the plate. 0-2. Banks had a 5-0 lead in the first, 7-0 after 3, 8-0 headed into the top of the fifth. And Estacada scored their first run on a throwing error to make the score 8-1. Pitch is off the plate in the dirt. Charlie White can't find it and trapped it in the right side of the batter's box, 1-2. One-two from Hesselman. This is upstairs, up around the face of Waylon Rydell. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-two delivery is lifted to left. Foul territory, and it's going to drift back into fair territory, back in play in foul territory, and making the catch for the Braves for out number 1. No runners advance will be Justin Walters for out number 1. At the plate, number 3 for Estacada, Jake Sidner. Pitch from wide, Hesselman, late swing that time by Sidner. Think he got hurt, like he may have just got a piece of it as it entered the glove of Charlie White, 0-1. Pitch from White. Misses low, gets away from Charlie for a moment, but not out of the batter's box, 1-1. Sidner calls time. Gets his feet set, finds a groove in the batter's box. 1-1 the count. The pitch from Hesselman. Kicks and fires. Taken for strike 2 on a high strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Beautiful pitch by Wyatt Hesselman. Just right there. Caught that tight part of the strike zone. The iris closed in there.
1-2 count, 1 out, runners at second and third. Bases were loaded until a run scored on a wild pitch to the plate, and pitch is fouled into the glove of Charlie White for out number 2.
Yeah, foul tip. That was just a half-hearted swing that time by Jake
number 14,
Sidner, and
Eli Olson.
Just tipped it and cost the team an out.
Two outs now for Wyatt Hesselman and the Braves defense. Pitches looked well inside, looked like it almost hit him, but he swung late, and that's the first strike at the at-bat.
Yeah, that looked like a tennis swing, or maybe like there was a gnat flying by and it took the fly swatter. Remember those fly swatters back in the day? You don't really see fly swatters anymore, do you?
The electric fly swatters.
You know, I remember in my grandma's house years ago, the fly swatter hanging on the refrigerator.
Jake Sidner lines that one down the first base side, foul over towards the bullpen area, at least the high school bullpen area. The Hops bullpen area is out beyond the left field wall. 0-2 the count. 8-1 Braves lead. Top of the 5th inning, Estacada scores their first run of the game in this top half. Pitch swung on and gets away, and another run's going to score from Estacada, and they're going to pick up an extra out as that pitch gets all the way away from Charlie White, through the wickets all the way to the low backstop behind home plate, and it's now 8-2. Batting for Estacada, number 24, Peyton Matney. So Banks 5 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Estacada 2 here in the top of the fifth to make the score 8-2. Hesselman. Fires, and this one's a high chopper to short. Coming over to make the play from third. The throw to first is in time as Justin Walters makes the throw to end the half inning, but Estacada picks up 2. And after 4.5, it's now Banks 8 and the Rangers 2. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with the bottom half of the fifth inning right after this.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to Tenante's Pizza and Subs. Try one of the many specialty pizzas like the Mama Supremo or a delicious torpedo sub sandwich. Mention Westside Greatest Hits and save 10% off your order. Tenante's Pizza and Subs at the corner of Glencoe and Pacific and North Plains. Open 11 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday and Sunday 3 to 8 for carry-out and delivery. Visit their website, Tenante'sPizzaAndSubs.com, or call 503-647-5761.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
And we're back, bottom of the fifth inning. Braves an 8-2 lead. Estacada picks up 2 runs on a base hit and a throwing error. Banks has a late addition to the schedule for next week. They'll be at North Eugene on Tuesday and then be back here at Ron Tonkin Field Thursday and then here again on Friday against Gladstone. Leading off for the Braves, number 5, second baseman Christian Lyda.
Estacada has a new pitcher on the mound right now, but he is not listed on a... No, it's Cameron Johnson.
First pitch to Lyda, swing and a miss, 0-1. New pitcher for Estacada, number 15, Cameron Johnson. 0-1 pitch is well off the plate outside, 1-1. One pitch from Johnson is strike called as it gets away from catcher, 1-2. One-two pitch from Johnson is low in the dirt as it bounces away from the catcher, 2-2. Number 14, Eli Olson behind the plate. Pitch from Johnson misses upstairs. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Straight switch. Andrew Rydell goes to shortstop now. Cameron Johnson for Andrew Rydell.
3-2 pitch is slow roller to first. And swallowed up underhand to Johnson, nearly slips and falls, but he makes the tag at first for the first out in the bottom of the fifth. Batting for the Braves, number 4, new third baseman Harry Gardner. That's wrong. It's new second baseman. Correction, Harry Gardner is the new second baseman. Justin Walters still at third. Big swing and a miss. Nice pitch that time from Cameron Johnson. 0-1 the count to Harry Gardner.
Yeah, Cameron looks like he throws a little harder than Andrew Rydell.
0-1 pitch. Misses in the dirt. 1-1. Congratulations to former Brave starting pitcher Dalton Rennie, now with the Hawaii Rainbows, doing a pretty good job. Division I baseball on the Big Island. That pitch is fouled straight back off the first base side a little bit. 1-2. Dalton Rennie, an excellent two-sport athlete from Banks, also played baseball and basketball at Shemeketa in Salem. That pitch misses in the dirt. 2-2. Oh, apparently they're going to say he swung and
he did. I was just going to say, he flailed at it. Harry he just kind of flailed the bat in there and swung at it and made an attempt and swung through
at
it.
the plate for the first time today, number 9, right fielder Jack Lyda. Joe Baumgartner working on the lineup with the home plate umpire. New batter at the plate for the Braves. They're here 19, so Jack Lyda apparently will replace the designated hitter, Blake Jewett. So the Braves will drop the DH. Eight to 2 lead, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. New pitcher for Estacada, Cameron Johnson. Tall right-handed pitcher misses outside in the dirt, 1-0. Dalton Rennie, I know you're not familiar with him, Jonathan, but kind of reminded me of Randy Johnson with his height and the way he throws the baseball. Big swing and a miss that time from Jack Lyda, 1-1. 1-1 pitch from, looked like it caught the outside corner, but it's ruled ball 2, 2-1.
Strike zone is has that iris effect. It's going in and out and expanding and coming in. That time at it.
2-1 pitch, jumped out of the way, and it's called a strike. Called strike 2 on the inside corner. It's hard to get a rhythm as a hitter when you have a ever-shifting strike zone. So 2's across the board, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Strike 3 called to Jack Lyda, and his first at bat will go down as an inning-ending strikeout as we head to the top of the 6th, and I turn it over to Jonathan Lee. When we return, we'll take a 1-minute break and be back after this from Jason Bond Remodeling.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CTV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
And we're back here with the 6th inning. My broadcast partner, Jonathan Lee.
And we got a new pitcher for the Banks Braves as finishing his warm-up tosses. It is Logan Kind, another southpaw, moving in here into the top of the 6th inning. Logan Kind comes over from first base, and a new first baseman for the Banks Braves. It is number 2. Looking on that. Yeah, it's Charlie White moving over from catcher to first base. And our new catcher, looks like it's Ashton Crossan.
New pitcher for the Braves, Former first baseman Logan Kind moving from behind the plate to first base is Charlie White, and new catcher number 20, Ashton Crossan.
So the Braves with an 8-2 lead as we have played through 5 innings here at Ron Tonkin Field. And we head to the top of the 6th inning. And we're going to have a new batter for Estacada. Just changes all over the place. It's Jacoby Jacoby.
New hitter for Estacada, number 40, Jacoby Fullerton.
Yeah, Jacoby Fullerton is the hitter. It's a long name for the scorebook. There's like this short spot for my score sheet, and didn't get it all fit in there. And it's Fullerton. Jacoby Fullerton against Logan Kind. As we get all the particulars out of the way, first pitch from Logan is right on the outside corner. Filthy pitch, filthy breaking ball from Logan Kind, and it's a strike one. 0-1 as we get the 6th inning started here with the Banks Braves leading at 8-2. Logan takes a long look. The 0-1 is popped up high down the right field side. Giving chase is Charlie White. He tries to make a diving catch. That would have been a SportsCenter top 10 play if he would have made the catch as he goes over the railing into the first row of seats on the right row. But it falls short. But, boy, put a star next to that one. That was almost a top 10 worthy play. Great effort. Outstanding effort by Charlie White. But it goes as a strike, so it's 0-2 to Jacoby Fullerton.
Fullerton looks like he's better off playing football or maybe wrestling. Definitely has some power behind him.
Well, he reminds me, I grew up in the Eugene area, and I grew up watching Eugene Emeralds games. He reminds me of Big Bob Hamlin. The Emeralds were with the Kansas City Royals at the time. And Bob was just this big, burly guy. He hit home runs. I mean, that's all he did was hit home runs.
Is that the namesake for Hamlin Middle School?
No.
Okay.
No, I think he's from, California or something like that. No, it's Hamlin with an E.
Oh, okay.
And there's a line shot to Charlie White, who snow cones the ball down the first base side for the out.
Actually popped out of his glove, too. Nice way to stay with it. Could have dropped that very easily.
So 1 out just like that. A line shot by Abbott, by Fullerton.
10, Carson Emerson.
And coming out with 1 out, the right-handed hitting Carson Emerson. Carson 0 for 2 on the day, facing Logan Kind for the first time. Logan the kick, the pitch. It's on the outside corner. 2 outside, apparently. That iris expanded out that time, and that's ball 1. 1 ball, no strike to Carson Emerson. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Banks leading at 8-2. The 1-0 from Logan Kind.
Ooh.
And he wasn't kind on that one. It plunked him on the hip. Don't rub it, whatever you do.
Jonathan, this is my 7th season calling Banks baseball. The longest broadcast I had was a 13-inning playoff game against Gladstone. It took about 3.5 hours. We're almost 2 hours into this game, and it's still only the top of the 6th. Normal 7-inning baseball game normally goes hour and a half, maybe 2 innings. We're already at, or 2 hours. We're already at 2 hours now.
Well, I've seen some that go, typically for me, a high school baseball game, a 7-inning game, I've seen it go between 2.5 hours. And 2.5 hours is pretty much the normal. And that was a 4A game in Cottage Grove. Logan Kind gonna throw back over to first baseman Charlie White, but back safely at the bag is Cameron Johnson. Riley Hovda is the batter. Left-handed hitting Riley Hovda for Estacada. Got the long golden locks coming behind that black Estacada helmet. First offering to Hovda is down low for ball 1. 1-0, 1 out, 1 on. Here at the top of the 6th.
A lot of players from both teams bringing back the mullets. Long, shaggy hair down the back of the neck.
Logan Kind, one of those. Here's the kick, the pitch, and it goes outside and in the dirt. Dug out by Crossan, trying to go to second, throws it into center field, and going to get all the way over to third base is Carson Emerson. So mark that another error on the throw by Ashton Crossan, the throw to second baseman. It was way offline, and that is the 4th error for Banks. 8 errors total in this game, 4 by Estacada, 4 by Banks. And there's one out now instead of runner on first, runner on third. Here's the 2-0 from Logan. It's outside and low.
I wasn't sure if you called throwing errors that weren't involved in a hitting play.
3-0 the count. 2-0. Oh, 2-1. Beg your pardon. As I see the umpire. We apologize. We've lost the video screen temporarily. We'll get that back momentarily. I believe that's now 3-1 is the count. Umpire doesn't always flash his count. Some do all the time, but 3-1 is laced back into the stands behind the home plate, the home dugout. Home dugout today for the Hops, that's the visiting dugout. Hillsborough Hops occupy the first base dugout, as is traditional in baseball. High school, they tend to do opposite. 3-2 count. The offering from Logan Kind laced right at the shortstop for the Banks Braves on a hop, throw it back over to third, and they get the lead runner for the out. Beautifully done, a double play, 6-5. If you're keeping score, that's Christian Lida over to Justin Walters, and the Banks Braves get out of danger. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still Banks 8, Estacada 2. We'll be back after this from our presenting sponsor, Jason Bond Remodeling.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
Getting set for the bottom half of the 6th inning, the home half of the 6th inning as the Banks Braves come up. And due up for them, it will be the Justin Walters who will lead it off. And then it'll go back to the top of the order.
Number 3,
Wyatt Hesselman,
bottom of the order, third baseman
and
Justin
Charlie
Walters.
White. Other games involving Coapa teams today. Newport is at Astoria. Newport receiving votes in the 4A coaches poll. Very, very good baseball program is the Newport Cubs. And they're playing at Astoria. Also, Tillamook is hosting Dayton tonight at Linfield University, likely because Linfield has a turf field and Tillamook's field is probably washed out with all the rain. First pitch to Justin Walters is a strike. The 0-1 offering from Cameron Johnson is low for ball 1. Cameron Johnson entering his 2nd inning of work for the Estacada Rangers. The 1-1 from Johnson. It is fouled back to the screen behind home plate by Justin Walters. Just a little excuse me swing.
Bad pitch to swing at, too. Looked way outside.
Yeah, it looked like it was ball 2. That'll drive your coach crazy, swinging at balls, particularly if it's ball 4. But this one would have just been ball 2. The 1-2 offering on the way from Cameron Johnson. The kick, the pitch, and it goes over the head that time of Justin Walters and behind the backstop, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got some clearing in the skies overhead here on the Sunset Highway corridor, Ron Tonkin Field. 2-2 count. Cameron Johnson taking a long look in to get the sign. Has it. Comes set at the belt. The 2-2 on the way. It's popped up. Going to go back behind our heads and into the foul ball zone parking lot over there. If you've ever been to Ron Tonkin Field, there's signs back there in the parking lot says park at your own risk. This is the foul ball zone. Foul balls will come over this way. That's where it went behind us. I actually went to a Hops game one time, Trevor, and I finish that story in a moment as a pitch swung on and missed by Justin Walters, and it's a strikeout. Strikeout swinging, second strikeout for Cameron. Third strikeout for Cameron Johnson. Third strikeout in a row, actually, for Cameron Johnson. And that'll bring up the top of the order, Wyatt Hesselman. He was the shortstop. Now, then he went to pitcher, and now he's playing somewhere in the field.
Time called as White steps out of the box.
Yeah.
Confirms
So
something
finishing
with
that
his
story from the last batter, and I'll finish it after this pitch from Cameron Johnson. It swung on and fouled back to the left side. So I was at a Hops game, and I was walking out just a couple of years ago, covering that game for another station in town. And I actually saw where a ball went through the window. It shattered the whole back window, and they were parked. They actually backed up, so their back window was facing this way. And it was just right there. There's a line shot out to left fielder. I believe that's Will Olson still, and he's going to come in a couple of steps and make the catch. So Wyatt is retired. F7 if you're keeping score at home. The second out, 2 up, 2 down for Banks here in the 6th. And that'll bring up Charlie White. And actually, it's not going to be Charlie.
New batter for the Braves, number 8, Cole Donnelly.
And as you hear my broadcast partner who's handling PA duties today as well, Cole Donnelly coming off the bench to pinch hit for Charlie White. I think that's more just a chance to let everybody have at-bats because you wouldn't be bringing out a star like Charlie White. It's just a chance to make sure everybody plays and get some at-bats here in the first game. And he swings and misses at the first pitch. Second pitch on its way, and it is fouled off the plate.
It was side. He never swung. It popped out of his glove.
So correct me there. It's 1-1. Comes the 1-1 from Cameron Johnson, and that is low, and it was there, but it was low. Caught the outside part of the zone. That's been the outside part of the zone all day, but it was just low. So 2 balls and a strike to Donnelly. Here comes the 2-1, and ooh, man, that was a breaking ball that looked pretty good, but just dropped inside, and it's 3-1. There's that hitter's delight count again for Cole Donnelly. But I think you're just making him throw you a strike. Here's the 3-1, and yep. Oh boy, did that just catch the umpire called
than the last one.
The umpire called it a strike. It's the Iris effect, and the count runs full. 3-2 to Cole Donnelly, pinch hitting for Charlie White here in the bottom of the 6th. And that is high and uptight, high and above. It's ball 4. So Cole Donnelly is aboard here in the 6th inning. Charlie White officially finishes 2 for 3 on the day with a triple and 2 runs scored. He is a potential Oregon
10,
Army National
Colton
Guard
Hesselman.
hero of the game today. We'll announce that in our post-game show. Colton Hesselman comes up and lines a shot down into right field, and that's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get 2 base runners on here, so potentially 2-out rally. Well, you'd say 2-out rally, but Braves up by 6. But a single for Colton Hesselman.
Batting for Banks, number 17, Wyatt Selleck.
Cole Donnelly moves over to second on the play. That is the second hit of the day for Colton Hesselman. He's the only Brave with multiple hits in this game. Colton might be our hero of the game. First and second for the Braves with 2 outs. And the first pitch misses just barely off the outside to Wyatt Selleck, who is 2 for 3 on the day. Reached on an error in the first and scored and had a single in the third. Beg your pardon, Wyatt Selleck has 2 hits as well. So 2 Braves now with multiple hits. 1-1 count on Wyatt Selleck. one of the point guards on the third-place winning Banks Braves boys basketball team. The 1-1 offering is popped up on the right side, giving chase as the first baseman Sittner, but it's no, he's going to have to be taller than Shaquille O'Neal to get that one. It goes out over our heads into the foul ball parking lot. And the count goes to 1-2 on Wyatt Selleck. Wyatt Selleck and Ben Mayo. Dynamic duo. They're going to be back next year for the Banks boys basketball teams, both juniors.
And the Hesselman boys, I mean, you can't get much more reliable than them when it comes to getting on base. I think there's only been maybe 1 or 2 games last season where they didn't reach.
Cameron Johnson has his sign, comes set at the belt. Here's the 1-2 offering to Selleck, and it's failed back to the screen above the home team dugout. The home team dugout that the visiting team Estacada is occupying. It's the Hops dugout, but Estacada is occupying it right now. So the count stays 1-2 to Wyatt Selleck. Johnson is set. Here's the kick, the pitch, and it's inside, high and inside, and the count runs to 2-2 to Wyatt Selleck. Wears number 17 in navy blue on those sharp-looking white uniforms with blue pinstripes, navy blue pinstripes. Cameron Johnson looks the runner at second. Here's the kick. The 2-2 offering is right there. Strike 3 called. Take a picture, Wyatt Selleck, because that one was looking pretty good. And that'll end the 6th inning here today. No runs on 1 hit for Banks. They did leave 2 runners on base and one error on Estacada. Through 6, it is the Banks Braves 8, the Estacada Rangers 2. When we come back, my broadcast partner Trevor Beard will take us the rest of the way. This is Banks Baseball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
You could save hundreds of dollars by moving another loan over to Wana Credit Union. Receive cash or make no payments for 90 days. Get started by visiting wana.fcu.org. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back top of the 7th inning as we get the on-screen scoreboard updated. Should be the final 3 outs, barring some kind of offensive outburst from the Rangers. 8-2 Braves lead. Leading off Andrew Rydell. Leading off the top of the 7th inning for Estacada, number 4, Andrew Rydell.
More changes. I don't think anybody else new came into the lineup for Banks, but it's just new positions. We'll get those to you as we go along.
Pitch from wow, that pitch looked way outside. It must have caught just the front right corner of the plate. Ruled strike 1.
That's what you call the umpires want to get to dinner.
It is getting cold. 0-1 delivery from Charlie. He swung on and missed on a curveball about letter high 0-2.
It's that typical spring breeze that kicks up. It lets you know, hey, it's high school baseball. It's the perfect day for high school baseball. Cloudy, dry, a little chilly in the air, but you expect that. It's beautiful. Love it.
0-2 pitch, swung on and flared to shallow center. Racing in to make the grab is Christian Lida with a great defensive play. charging towards the mound for out number 1.
Yeah, that was great hustle by Christian to get in the position because it was on the infield grass and it was kind of like no man's land. Who's going to take it? And Christian did a great job to get in there and speed there and
at the plate, number
catch
15, Cameron Johnson.
And the Banks Braves are 2 outs away from opening up the 2022 season with a W.
Lights come on in the outfield. Pitch is just outside. A lot of strike zone issues on the edges of the plate, both inside and outside. That pitch looked very close to the strike zone, but ruled ball 1. Charlie fires. That pitch misses low and in the dirt, 2-0.
This game is officially 2 hours and 10 minutes old. Almost 10 minutes old. 6:09 right now. We started at 4 o'clock, so going to be under 2.5 hours.
Ooh,
beautiful pitch.
On a pitch right on the outside part of the plate, 2-1.
Beautiful pitch from Charlie. Beautiful framing job by Ashton Crossan.
2-1 from Charlie, flared off the right field side, off the first base line, out of play into the bleachers. 2-2. Kind of a cross between Yankees and Atlanta Braves uniforms with the lettering on the Banks new unis. Big swing on and a miss on a pitch up out of the strike zone for out number 2.
Actually, they kind of remind me. They look kind of not the hats, but the uniforms look a little bit like the Mariners throwback Seattle Pilots uniforms. In fact, the Mariners started spring training today. They played the San Diego Padres in Peoria, and they're going to be playing the LA Dodgers tomorrow in Peoria. That game's on Root Sports.
So Estacada down to their final out. Charlie White looking to close things out. Pitches swung on and fouled straight back out of the glove of Ashton Crossan. On 1 the count to Waylon Rydell. The 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. Nobody aboard, no harm, no fouls. It gets away from Crossan.
Estacada's got some big dudes that you look at them, they look like they could go for power, but they've been in a little power struggle today.
Charlie White has actually hit a home run in this ballpark a couple of years ago in the playoffs. And that one's going to be grounded to first. This should do it. Logan Kine gobbles it up, touches the bag, and that's out number 3. That will end the ball game. Our final score, Banks 8, Estacada 2. Banks with 5 in the first, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth. Estacada with 2 in the top of the fifth. And that will close out the scoring. Again, our final score, Banks wins their opener 8-2 over Estacada. The Rangers fall to 0-2 after a 6-5 loss to Astoria earlier in the week. So for Jonathan Lee, you have anything you want to say before we wrap things up?
Well, we just got to nominate our Oregon Army National Guard Hero of the Game. Gonna kind of go through that. I mean, there's a number of guys we could give it to, but I don't know. I mean, he really started in the day that was scoring. He really started the scoring for the Banks Braves, and he ended it out there on the mound with a retired side. So I just basically gave it away. I got to give it to the bike. To Mr. Brave and Mr. Bike, that'd be Charlie White. So I think unless you have any contends, then our Oregon Army National Guard Hero of the Game is...
The only other player it could have been was Wyatt Hesselman. They both Wyatt and his brother went 2 for 2, but...
And Wyatt Selleck had 2 hits and scored 2 runs as well, but...
I think Charlie White really gave them the momentum with that first run of the game. That was kind of the difference maker with putting up the 5 spot to start the game.
Charlie White, our Oregon Army National Guard Hero of the Game, and just a great offensive explosion for the Banks Braves here, getting on the board with 5 runs in the first and then 2 runs in the third inning. Anytime you can put a crooked number up on the scoreboard, that's all a good thing. And Estacada did get a couple runs back in the fifth inning. 8-0 lead. So good offensive showing. Got some things to work on. It's only their first game. Got some good things to work on as they get ready into the second half of their season. But their next game, Trevor, looks like a home-and-home with North Eugene, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure either next week or the following week is spring break. I know softball's got a tournament coming up at Sandy. They have a home game on Wednesday. It's going to be a busy week for us next week with baseball and softball. I'll be doing softball on Wednesday, baseball on Thursday here against North Eugene. Then you'll be joining me Friday for baseball here against Gladstone.
And that's at 1 o'clock Friday afternoon right here at Ron Tonkin Field against Gladstone, who also had a game today. They had a big game today, actually. We had a couple of top 10 matchups in the 4A. Gladstone playing at 5 o'clock. They started at 5 o'clock, so probably still playing. Number 6 Gladstone at number 10 Staten. And then also a top 10 showdown. Number 7 Henley played at number 10 Philomath. And, of course, the team that everybody is chasing right now is the number 1 Hidden Valley Mustangs. They hosted Elmira at 4 o'clock. But a great win for the Banks Braves, 1-0 on the season. So both Banks Braves, who are 3rd in the state in the 4A coaches poll, and the Banks Lady Braves softball team, who are 4th in the state in the coaches poll, both winning their season openers. So off to a great start in the spring sports season. It's a great time to be a Brave, Trevor.
Yeah, especially after what happened with boys basketball this year, having a great run into the state tournament and taking home 3rd place over Seaside. A great way to close out final year in 4A athletics. And their last time to the state tournament, Banks won the state title against Seaside. So final season for Banks High School athletics. Would like to see them make another tournament run in baseball and softball as well. But that'll wrap it up for us. 2 hours and 15 minutes for the broadcast. Our final score, Banks 8, Estacada 2. We'll be back here for baseball with the first pitch at 12:45 Thursday against North Eugene. For Jonathan Lee, I'm Trevor Beard. Thanks for listening and watching our broadcast on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your evening and your weekend. Good night and God bless.